Sorry for this shitty setup. Hello, my name is Doomsday and I go by these pronouns. Opossums. North America's only native marsupial. You may have seen a few, and as you could probably tell, I can't get enough of them. However, I've seen a good amount of myths about them, so I'm here to give a few facts and dispel a few rumors and blatant misinformation. Number 1, and this one is the most common, they're called opossums with an O at the start. Possums are a different animal, but are a bit similar to opossums, but mainly only a name. Opossums, specifically Virginia opossums, only live in North America, their range being from Ontario to fucking Costa Rica. These little guys go far! Possums, on the other hand, only live in the free-for-all that is Australia. There's a lot of different types of possums, but the one most people point to is the common brush-tailed possum. They're found mostly on the west part of Australia, but some do live in the middle and a good amount on the east coast. For the Virginia opossum, if you're going to use the possum name to refer to them while typing, please use an apostrophe and do it like this. Number 2. People think that more often than not, they have rabies. This is wrong for 2 different reasons. Number 1, do you have any idea, any at all, how rarely animals get rabies, even in the wild? Not very often, I tell ya. Number 2, opossums have much lower body temperatures than most other mammals, meaning that the rabies virus either will not survive, or will have a very bad time trying. So, for an opossum to get rabies and show signs is very rare. Like, you might as well buy a lottery ticket, dude. Either way, if you get bitten by an opossum, or any other wild animal for that matter, because you gave them a reason to, it's still a good idea to go to the nearest hospital as soon as possible and get a rabies shot. You're better safe than sorry. I'm gonna speed things up a bit to try and keep things short, so try to keep up. Third and foremost, unfortunately they don't eat 5,000 ticks in a single season. We can thank the National Wildlife Federation for this one. SparkNotes version, it was first started in 2009 and then with a study called, what does it say? Oh yeah, a bunch of nerd shit. Posed as ecological traps for the vector of Lyme disease in the Proceedings of the Royal Society Bee Journal. Catchy name, I know. They should really call it Bitches Who Eat Ticks. In a more recent study done by different people, they found that there's no shot that ticks are a big part of an average opossum's eating habits. Ticks are small as shit, give little to no energy, and would just be a big waste of time. Number 4. While playing dead is pretty good at psyching out humans and animals, it's a bit more to opossums. When opossums act like a body to avoid trouble and or are scared shitless, they go through something called thanatosis, and it's basically a coma-like state. And opossums really put in the extra effort to sell the bit. From going completely limp to sticking the tongue out, they even release what's in their bowels to trick their predators to think that they're starting to rot, among other things. Honestly, gotta give props to that. Absolute menace behavior. They don't even feel any pain during this. Now, you might be wondering, isn't that just a free dinner for the predator to cop? Logically, yes. In practice, absolutely not, no. Most animals get pretty turned off with already dead animals, especially carnivores like wolves. After whatever was trying to murk them gives up and goes away, it might take a bit longer for the opossum to exit thanatosis, sometimes lasting up to a few hours. And once they get out, they're usually fine. Unless they aren't. They're also much more OP than you'd think. They're ridiculously resistant to venom, to the point where they're basically immune, similar to the menace to society we call the honey badger. Not to mention, since they're omnivores, it means that they will eat literally anything that's edible that they can also fit in their mouths. But of course, big guy upstairs just had to make sure that they weren't completely broken, so they just had to nerf it with an average lifespan of 4 years. Even in captivity. Shame on you, God. Thank you, Joko and chat, for coming to my presentation and listening to me ramble on about these tiny anxiety animals. I hope you'll enjoy this, and I wish you all that your presentations do and did well. And remember, if you ever find an opossum and want to hold it, please hold it like you would with a dog. Don't hold it by the tail or I'll find you. Auf Wiedersehen.